Former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that the sale of F-35 aircraft to United Arab Emirates was a critical part of the Abraham Accords. Here are the details.
Former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo commented in an interview with Hebrew daily Yediot Achronot, which published select segments of the interview on Thursday morning. His statements directly contradicting the official line that has been pushed to date, that the arms deal was not a major component of the peace deal. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly framed the deal as the peace for peace arrangement, dismissing the notion that Arab states will only make peace with Israel in exchange for some other benefit. In the interview, Pompeo said that, quote, there was a series of actions that allowed the accords to advance and eventually be signed, including the F-35 deal. He added that the assassination of Iranian General Soleimani was also deeply connected to the Abraham Accords, as it proved to the world that the United States is determined in its battle against Iran. He also noted that the decision to provide the Saudis with assistance in their air defense systems, the decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem, and the decision to declare that not all settlements are illegal played a role in the peace deal. He said all these actions led leaders around the world to conclude that the Trump administration are serious and determined people. But those world leaders, he said, quote, also needed other promises to know that we appreciate them as partners in defense of peace. The agreement to sell the F-35 was critical to that because it proved that we have full faith in them as defense partners. Beyond the technology of the jet, beyond the capabilities it gives the Emiratis, the very sale says that Israelis and Americans believe that the Emirates can share their perception of security, and that is very, very important. In the interview, Pompeo also heavily criticized U.S. President Joe Biden, saying that in the recent conflict with Gaza, President Biden was indeed saying the right words. But he said, quote, I think that most people who were watching understood that there was an entirely different message. When asked to elaborate, he replied that at the moment when Biden made supportive comments on Israel, he released money to the Palestinians. Pompeo also added that while Biden uttered the words of support, American representatives were sitting in Vienna and talked, also if indirectly with the Iranians, on how many billions of dollars they will give to those, quote, same scoundrels who are funding Hamas.